Kishane Thompson and Team Late, and they make it safe.
And they are away. Gatlin now. With his head up and moving to the lead. Lyles trying to close the gap here from behind, and Gatlin.
In the space of a heartbeat, history changed. The 100-meter final in Paris was electric. 2 men, 1 finish line, and 0 room for error. Kishane Thompson and Noah Lyles both clocked 9:79 seconds. Identical times, world-class speed, and then chaos. Frame by frame, the race was dissected across the globe. But in the moment that mattered most, it came down to a single, almost invisible difference. Noah Lyles dipped just before Thompson, and that microscopic lean, just 0.005 of a second, made all the difference. Lyles was crowned Olympic champion. Thompson walked away with silver. But this wasn't just a race. It was the ignition point for a new era in sprinting. An era not just built on speed, but on rivalry. It was the kind of finish that lives in your head, not because someone lost, but because someone nearly won. And for Kishane Thompson, that almost became fuel. He didn't lash out. He didn't post long rants. He simply walked off the track, silent, composed, and plotting. Because deep down, everyone watching that night could feel it. This wasn't over, not even close. For months, Kishane Thompson said nothing. No tweets, no interviews, no shade thrown. While the world debated every angle of that 0.05-second finish, he remained the eye of the storm. Until suddenly, he spoke. One word: fireworks? That was it. No context, no explanation, just one explosive promise. And the moment he said it, the sprinting world snapped to attention. Comment sections exploded, analysts speculated, fans went wild. Because when a man that fast speaks that little, every word becomes a weapon. That single term wasn't just a prediction, it was a warning. A shot across the bow. Thompson wasn't just training for redemption, he was preparing to ignite something massive. That tweet wasn't noise, it was a siren. And in the silence that followed, people started to realize Thompson hadn't moved on from Paris. He had been sharpening, rebuilding, perfecting every inch of his race. Because when he finally gets back to the line against Lyles, it won't be about running fast. It'll be about settling the score. And if fireworks was the match, the next race is the detonation. The race itself was flawless until it wasn't. In Paris, the men's 100-meter final was poetry in motion. Noah Lyles, the showman. Kishane Thompson, the quiet assassin. Out of the blocks, both were lightning. By 60 meters, they were inseparable. By 80, the crowd was already on its feet. And in those last few meters, the tension in the stadium felt like it could snap steel. Then came the lean, the moment that still splits opinion today. Noah Lyles dipped. Kishane didn't. The clock stopped, 9:79 for both. But Lyles edged ahead by 0.005. 5. The kind of margin too small for the naked eye, but big enough to define a legacy. Fans immediately broke it down frame by frame, measuring posture, angle, stride. Was it bad luck, a split-second misjudgment, or just Lyles doing what champions do, executing under pressure? And whatever the answer, one thing was clear. Kishane Thompson had been just a breath away from glory. And for an athlete of his caliber, that kind of loss doesn't go away. It festers, it motivates, and it sets the stage for a revenge arc that could redefine sprinting history. Fast forward to 2025. No flash, no bravado, just a man stepping onto the track with purpose. Kishane Thompson lined up at the Jamaican national trials like a surgeon heading into the operating room. All business, all calculation. The gun fired and he exploded. Every stride was smooth, efficient, devastating. No wasted energy, no panic, just pure, terrifying control. He crossed the line in 9.75 seconds, a personal best, the fastest time in Jamaica since the Bolt era, and the 6th fastest in world history. That wasn't just a comeback. That was a message. A warning to every sprinter alive. Paris wasn't a fluke, it was the beginning. Thompson's 9.75 wasn't reckless. It was science. Precision honed by heartbreak. And as the crowd erupted in disbelief, the message was clear. The man who missed gold by a hair was back. And now he was faster, smarter, and angrier. Every ounce of frustration from that photo finish was channeled into one of the cleanest 100-meter runs ever seen. And Thompson didn't scream, he didn't showboat, he just walked off the track like he expected nothing less. Because he did.
What's gonna stop you right now, coming off of a win in your national championships, a win at the pre-classic?
And there goes Kishane Thompson. Kishane Thompson.
In terms of what's gonna stop me, I'm the only one that can stop me. I don't say that to brag, but
And showing all his form here, Cantabocco go with him. Shane Thompson looks right, looks left, shots.
There's something chilling about Kishane Thompson's silence. He's not a talker, he's not a dancer. He doesn't need confetti or hype music. His celebration is a stopwatch. And in 2:25, that stopwatch has been loud. 3 of the 5 fastest 100-meter times this year, all Thompson. His consistency is terrifying. And the way he runs, it looks engineered. Every muscle fires like a machine. Every step is a textbook. He's not erratic. He's not chasing wind, he's hunting precision. That's why some are calling him the closest thing we've seen to Usain Bolt. Not in charisma, but in control. But where Bolt would light up the track with smiles and lightning bolts, Thompson simply destroys the competition and walks away. He doesn't scream, he doesn't flex, he lets the clock do the talking. That kind of focus is rare and dangerous. Because when a sprinter stops caring about the cameras and starts caring about fractions of a second, he becomes unstoppable. Thompson isn't looking for fame, he's looking for closure. And that makes him the most dangerous man in track right now. While Thompson's been lighting up tracks and timelines, Noah Lyles has taken a different approach. Silence. No 100-meter races since Paris, no bold declarations, no viral moments, just pure focused grind. And make no mistake, that silence is loud. Lyles isn't hiding, he's preparing, watching, calculating. He's the reigning Olympic champion. He knows how to show up when it counts. And if there's one thing he's mastered, it's performing on the biggest stages. He thrives under pressure. He's done it in Doha, in Tokyo, in Eugene. The louder the crowd, the sharper he gets. So while Thompson is sending warnings through wins, Lyles is sending them through absence. Every skipped meet, every delayed appearance is part of a larger plan, because he knows what's coming. And when that gun goes off in Tokyo, it won't just be a race, it'll be a statement. Lyles isn't just defending a title, he's defending a legacy. And that quiet buildup, that's the calm before the most explosive rematch track has seen in a decade. September 13th to 21, Tokyo. The World Championships. The race everyone's waiting for. Lyles versus Thompson, Part 2. No longer a rematch, it's a reckoning. On one side, you have the Olympic champion, polished under pressure, brilliant in the spotlight. But this isn't just about speed, it's about psychology. Who handles the lights? Who owns the moment? Who learns from their last mistake and turns it into gold? And beyond that, it's culture, it's legacy. Jamaica versus the USA. The ghosts of Bolt versus the swagger of a new generation. Thompson calls it fireworks, but it feels like a storm. Because when they line up in Tokyo, it won't just be about legs. It'll be about heart, mind, and memory. Will Thompson rewrite history? Or will Lyles prove once again why he wears the crown? One lean, one blink, one chance. The countdown is on, and when that gun goes off, the entire world will be watching.